Hey there everyone, my name is Shane and I'm here to make your day better. Now it is Monday when I record this video to you and it's come out Tuesday, so hello to the future self. And day before my birthday, May 13th, so I'll be turning 29, which isn't like a crazy number or anything like that. Of course, 30's coming right after there, and 30's kind of daunting to say the least, because then you're officially into adulthood or whatever, as some people put it. And you kind of look back and say, well, okay, what have I accomplished during this time? What have I done? And you know, there for every time you focus on what you didn't do, there's videos of people who didn't accomplish anything until their 40s, 50s, 60s. So don't stress on the little things. That's tip number one from this video. But yeah, let's talk about motivation. Let's kind of get into that. So this is another motivational motivational vlog number 3. And this time I wanted to talk about this summer. Summer for me was completely different growing up. When summer hit, I lived in a kind of small cul-de-sac area in California, and it was 3 big roads. Now my youngest sister Emily, while I'm editing this video, wasn't even born during most of this time. We were living in the house and we moved like a year after, so she was maybe one and a half by the time we left this house, and I was in 6th grade when we moved away from there. So anyways, summers for me was on this small California suburb, Alhambra Street, and it had 3 roads. Okay, I lived on the middle road, and in the middle of the middle road, and then there was the right road, which was like a curved one people didn't really go down, and then there was the big hill road, which was the one that's on the left. It had the biggest hill, Big Hill Road. And all of them had hills. You were kind of down at the bottom. It was like hills down, and there was like this flat land at the bottom, and then if you kept going, there was like this gated off area that would then lead to a freeway. And there's probably like 80 houses along those 3 roads, and so there was a bunch of different kids, right? And every day the summer was spent outside, hanging out with people as long as we could. It would be, you know, running around and exploring stuff, making up stories, actual legitimate water gun fights and water balloons. And you know, we didn't have a lot of extra money or anything ourselves, but like every kid kind of banded together to make it a fun time. Hose was off limits during water gun fights, by the way. No one could use the hose. That was cheating. And it was an interesting time in my life because even though there was a lot of like poverty and stuff going along, everyone that was the same age, you didn't really feel it. You know, you got on a bike or whatever, borrowed a bike from a friend or whatever the case was, and you hung out and you had a good time. And if it was too hot, we'd go into someone's house, some parent that would let in like 8 kids, and we'd take turns on like a Super Nintendo or something. I don't know. It was an interesting time in my life. And as I got older, summer became less that. High school, well, middle school first. I spent a lot of time hanging out with my friend Matt in California, still Sacramento though at this time. And you know, we would figure out cool stories or something still together, but we were older. So a lot of times we would spend all-nighters playing games on the original Xbox. I can call out when we did Halo Legendary for the first time, playing Halo 2 all night. You know, summer was such a fond memory to me. Then when you joined the workforce, it just wasn't. You know, and it's funny, like they say, when you're a child, you don't realize what you have until it's gone, and God, isn't that true? So let's get to the motivational side of this, okay? But there's a little backstory there, but yeah, so summer for me has always been very special. Some of my best memories in life have been through summer. My favorite season's fall, but that's completely different why. But in like my 2nd year of college, when I first went back in Colby, Kansas, decided to make this huge poster board with just summer goals, huge summer goals, and like achievement points. We made jokes about it and gave it like achievement points, like you get 5 points if you do this and 10 points if you do that. And we didn't accomplish all of them during it, but we accomplished a good amount. Like we went to Warped Tour, which was one of our big ones, and we had a good time, and we had a blast checking that off the board and everything there. And so the motivational part about this is 2 things. 1, in the Discord, we're gonna set something fun up starting June 1st. Because for me, I consider summer June, July, August. I'm a May baby, and I was born in the spring. I don't care what you tell me. It's still spring in May. And that's what I'm convinced, and that's what I'm going to maintain, is May is a spring birthday. So June, July, August, and a little bit of wiggle room in September, because like we put on visit the state fair, and our state fair wasn't until September. So sometimes you got to make do with what you have. Anyways, but the other thing is writing down stuff. There's a lot of times I'll talk to someone and I will have this great like spark of inspiration with them, and I will then talk to them again later on, and they'll have something like a good story, like a great idea that they're like, oh my God, that's great. And I'll write it down later that night. At the end of the night, I always try and either physically write down things, put them in my phone, or do kind of a recounting of the day. If you don't take the time to actually recount your day before going to bed, you'd be surprised how much you miss. Even on your good days, just try and go start to finish if you can. From when you woke up to what led you back into that bed again, all the things you went through. It helps with your memory, which is a huge thing. Definitely try and, exercise that memory muscle as best you can. Things like Alzheimer's terrify me. And that's a truth. That's like one of my worst fears. And so I try and fight against that every moment I get. It helps you, basically recall things later on down the road as well. Helps with your long-term memory also. So I'll meet up with a friend again after a month or two of hearing this story from them and be like, hey, did you ever follow up on that? He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, when we were talking last, you told me about this. He's like, oh, no, I completely forgot. We talked about it, I got excited, but then I didn't, remember it. So write stuff down, write stuff down, write stuff down. Definitely tip number 2. So definitely, I can't express it enough. So what I want you to do, if you can, okay, and this is more fun than you would think. Go get a big poster board or white piece of paper from Office Depot, Office Max, Office generic, insert any sort of word here, store. It'll cost you around 35 to 70 cents usually, just a big white piece of paper. And write down everything you want to do this summer. And we're gonna have in the Discord as well, I think. My challenge is, I call it the 100 Days of Summer. And I want to say, Phineas and Ferb came out after I was basically watching cartoons, unfortunately, so I missed out on a lot of that stuff, but I want to say there's something about 100 Days of Summer in there.
There's 104 days of summer vacation, and school comes along just to end it. So the annual problem for our generation is finding a good way to spend it. Like me!
I don't know, insert a platypus or something here. Platypus, put him on my hand. Hi, platypus. So yeah, 100 Days of Summer, and I'll put a bunch of different challenges in there. And it's fun because it takes a season that usually for most of us, especially now living in Vegas where it's literally the desert, it's just a hot time and we're grumpy and grumbly and we don't like things. And it puts this spark of fire underneath you to go and, explore and do this stuff. Now, with things opening back up again, I don't know how much of this will be achievable, but I've started putting my list together. I always started in May, and I publish it the 1st of June, or either to myself or whatever. And so some of these things are go to a national park, go to a concert, lots of different stuff, go to one Grand Prix event, which should be accomplished as long as they're not all canceled through August. And it's an adventure. So go out, get that piece of paper, and I want everyone that watches this, that's also part of the Discord or anything else there, to publish it, okay? I want to know your big goals. I want to see those papers. I'm also going to publish it on my Facebook page. We're going to make it a big thing. 100 Days of Summer Challenge. It'll be a cool time. And it's to hang out with you guys. I do things too on there. One summer I said read 100 books. That didn't happen. I got to 37 books. And that was still one of the most impressive summers of reading that I've done. And that's because, who else did that? You guys had to have done that growing up, right? The thing where you would do the reading challenges at the libraries and you'd go and turn in the books and you get points and everything. I don't know, maybe it was just the 90s thing or early 2000s, I don't know. And if you know me, and if we were able to live closer together as a community, I'd be the guy that'd be out there in the middle of summer with super soakers, ready to have a good time with you guys, even at this age. And I like to think that at some point we'll be able to get together as a community and have a good time like that, okay? That we could have a giant water gun fight before the end of the next couple of years as a huge community and make this a good time. I really do believe you only live once, and we should have a good time while we're here doing it. So the end of this motivational vlog is welcome to the 100 Days of Summer Challenge. It starts June 1st. Get yours written down. Go get that piece of paper that's less than $1. They have it at Walmart. You can go to Walmart and get it. $1 can be a lot. I understand that. If you don't have $1 right now, perfectly fine. I just say it's a lot easier if you're able to write it down. And I can understand if $1 is not attainable right now with the situation of things in the world. Totally get that there. If that is the case or something, get a hold of me. Maybe we can figure something out, okay? We can work something out together where we can still get you a good tangible place where when you get the check and you check off the box next to your challenge, you feel it that much more. Anyways, yeah, so it's gonna be a good time. My goal is to really motivate you through that and have a fun little summer with you. It's the summer of 2020 after all. It's the start of a new decade. Even though some people say like the decade doesn't start till next year, whatever. You count 10 where you wanna count 10. That's what I have to say. That is my vlog for today. We're gonna have more stuff this week. It's always a creation time, content, whatever words. It's Monday morning for me. Yeah, anyways, like, follow, subscribe, put the little bell dingy dongy thing there. Follow at the Twitch. If you don't do that, do it. It's down here. Do it. It helps. It honestly does. And yeah, our Facebook page also has been growing exponentially fast. So if you want to check out stuff on our Facebook page too, should have that link down there as well. We put content on there all the time, different memes, and all the Facebook videos get shared there. We're growing pretty quick. It's been good. It's been a fun time. Love talking with all of you. Did it just chatting last night when I was on like 30 hours of no sleep. And that was interesting too. So once again, love all of you. You're great people. Have a nice day.